Hey, so there was a terrorist attack in London last month. I think we all heard about that. It was outside of Parliament. So of course, after this terrorist attack, here is Lauren Southern demagoguing Muslims.
In evil and division. Then the hashtags have come out. Hashtag pray for London. Hashtag not all Muslims circulating online. Always, every time this happens. And I'm left here wondering, as we have another attempted terrorist attack today, how is this still happening? How are we still dealing with this problem? And not only that, not only how is this still happening, how have we gotten used to it? We here in the West are facing what I believe to be the biggest threat to our culture and way of life since the Cold War. And we're sitting here not even caring about it.
So Lauren's saying that people in the West should be more afraid of Islamic terrorism, but it's already, in the United States, the #1 issue on voters' minds last year, tied with the economy at 80%, people saying that it's very important to them. So you couldn't be any further from the truth here, Lauren.
Or they'll say, you're more likely to be hit by lightning than to be attacked by a terrorist, Lauren. But what they don't realize is that this terrorism that we're having happen right now is just a horrific symptom of something much, much bigger going on. And it seems like everyone except Westerners knows exactly what's going on right now. Erdogan just a few days ago announced quite publicly that there is a holy war coming to Europe.
Alright, so terrorism is the #1 threat against the West. Got it. Lightning is also the #1 threat against the West. Lightning is also super fucking scary. Got it, Lauren. And if I think that's bullshit, then I should just ask Erdogan, the crazy Turkish dictator who's arming Islamic fundamentalists in Syria. Okay, I'll do that.
And while that may not take the dramatic movie-like form we imagine, the clash of civilizations with incompatible values is happening. And the riots in Sweden and Netherlands are a prime example of the beginning of that.
Wow, so apparently if you listen to Donald Trump himself, Donald Trump Barbie here, and the Donald Trump of Turkey, Tayyip Erdogan, there's a clash of cultures in Sweden, and every Swedish woman is imminently about to be raped by a filthy Arab man. Well, what's the reality in Sweden? Well, Sweden responded to these retarded fear-mongering claims by saying, in general terms, violence has decreased in Sweden in the past 20 years. At the same time, surveys repeatedly show that people in Sweden and other Western countries have a perception that violence is actually increasing. Perceptions of increased violence have been linked to the number of immigrants in Sweden. Nonetheless, research shows that there is no evidence to indicate that immigration leads to increased crime. Despite the fact that the number of immigrants in Sweden has increased since the 1990s, exposure to violent crimes has declined. Not to mention the fact that Sweden has the 10th lowest crime rate in the world because of their low levels of income inequality. But Lauren Southern will never make a video about income inequality because she has to follow her fundamentalist religion of libertarianism.
And normally humans would feel some sense of urgency about a threat like this. I mean, back during the Cold War, our parents or grandparents thought that communists were hiding everywhere, just waiting for orders from Moscow. And of course, some agents had infiltrated the West, and the Cold War was absolutely a legitimate threat. But their presence was massively overestimated because people were afraid of losing their culture, their society, their way of life, to the extent where they didn't even trust their neighbors anymore for fear of them being a communist.
Yeah, because when I think of a well-thought-out, rational response to a threat, I always think of Joe McCarthy. 80% of Americans saying that they're scared shitless of terrorism isn't enough. We need to emulate the guy who's famous for going on an irrational witch hunt, destroyed unions, and exacerbated income inequality. No, Lauren, you're actually demonstrating right here that we in the West are the real threat to our values. We are the threat that when we get afraid, we'll just throw our values out the fucking window, ban a political ideology, or ban a religion. The real threat to Western society are stupid right-wingers like Joe McCarthy and Lauren Southern. Remember that you should never trust Lauren Southern, and also remember that you should like and subscribe to Omar Peoples. Peace out, motherfuckers.